No, the title of the video that you just clicked on is not clickbait. U.S. Customs nearly demolished this guitar. I'm going to tell you the story here, starting right after the intro. No unanswerable question in this video, and the reason why is because this is a little bit more of an important message on top of a demo of an excellent guitar. So here's the thing. I am sitting here holding the sharpshooter from a small guitar builder in Germany called Schroeder Guitars. This guitar was sent to me by Mike Schroeder himself, and it is an absolute miracle that this thing arrived here at my address without any major damage done to it. I'm shocked that it didn't show up in 3 or 4 pieces. So I received a private message from Mike Schroeder himself with this photo in it, basically, the day that this guitar shipped out to me from Germany. As you can see, it is double boxed, has my name, has my name and address. And very, marked very, very clearly on the box of where it's going. It looks like a guitar box. We've all seen plenty of, guitar boxes with guitars in them. So, we know what they look like. Well, what actually arrived was this box. And what was on the inside of it was even more horrifying. Because, and I confirmed with Mike that this was, did this thing... somebody unboxed this thing and repackaged it back up, didn't they? And he said, yeah, absolutely. That's not our tape job. Somebody else, used packing tape like it was water or something on it, and, duct tape, all kinds of crazy stuff. It was unbelievable. On the inside of it, there was, the packing materials, what there was left of them, all the styrofoam, these guitars ship in a styrofoam sleeve to protect any kind of scratches or anything getting on them. It's, pretty typical of a brand new guitar in a box, right? Well, the styrofoam sleeve was just stuffed back in there in the bottom underneath the guitar. The back plates had been completely removed off of it. The truss rod cover, was missing 2 screws. There was 3 or 4 screws that were still on the, that were just thrown back into the box somewhere, along with the rest of the, the case candy. He had sent along some guitar picks and, some, Schroeder logo stickers, stuff like that. It looks like that they, I don't know if there was a sticker of some kind from the factory there, or if somebody had put a piece of duct tape or something on this part of the guitar. I tried to capture it in a photo as best I can, but, they are, these scratches are far too uniform and too unidirectional to be pick scratches. So I know that's not what these are. This looks like some kind of adhesive tape or something that was ripped off really, really quickly. I'm not sure what it was, but those things seem to be on there pretty permanently. I tried polishing it up and all that kinds of stuff, and I know that it did not get sent out of the factory this way. There was a broken string on it. It was very, very clear whoever it was that put it back into this box did not care what kind of shape it was in once it reached its final destination. And by the tracking info had this thing sitting in Chicago at U.S. Customs for about 10 days. So, I've got, that's usually only about a 1 to 2 day ship from where I'm located. So I got a pretty good idea that that's where this all happened. It was unbelievable. I've imported a lot of guitars in my day, and I have never seen anything like this. I mean, this thing was just about completely dismantled. Somebody was looking for something inside of it. I don't, U.S. Customs, I get that's their job, but, this is ridiculous. I'm surprised they didn't unbolt the neck. So as I mentioned, I've imported a lot of guitars from overseas. I have never seen anything like this. After watching this video, I do strongly encourage you to check out Schroeder Guitars, because this is an excellent, excellent instrument, as I'm going to get into a little bit more here in a moment. But if you order one of their guitars, I strongly recommend you order it with a hard shell case to ship it in. Being that this particular guitar was sent to me for a demo, Mike had asked me if he could forego the case, which is fine. I've got cases. I didn't need it. I don't need another case to keep track of or store. So, receiving this guitar without a case was just fine with me. However, looking back on it, I'm wondering if shipping it in a case would not have avoided all of these problems with U.S. Customs. So if you order one of these guitars, buy a case with it. It's worth the money. Like I said, as a credit to Schroeder Guitars and how well this thing was made, it survived. I had to put some new strings on it. I had to set it back up. Those things happen. But, once I got that done, this is a hell of a guitar. Let's check this thing out. Some quick specs on this thing. This is an alder body with looks like some kind like an aged maple neck and an ebony fretboard. Neck shape is somewhere, feels like real close to a Fender C shape neck. It's not a blazing. It's not a real like paper thin Ibanez or BC Rich neck or anything. But it's a fairly thin neck. Very very comfortable to play. All Godo. Japanese Godo hardware on it, Godo tuners, and that is also a Japanese Godo locking tremolo, Floyd Rose style tremolo, of course. Very, very high quality. I like that. I really like this bridge with a push and trim arm. And a PJ Marks pickup. I haven't seen one of these in a long, long time. I believe PJ Marks are the same company that made the neck pickup in my BC Rich Draco V. That is, that trying to figure out who made that pickup was not easy because it's a small single coil size twin rail. But after doing a lot of research, I believe that was a PJ Marks, and that is also the same company that provided the sound in this one. This pickup sounds really, really good. Single volume knob, of course, contoured neck heel on the back for easier access to the upper frets. Kind of an 80s style, black painted headstock. This headstock actually looks really, really similar to the old ASI Sustainiac guitar. So an 80s style headstock, and this thing plays great. This is a great, great guitar. A lot of Mike Schroeder's inspiration on this guitar, I believe, was an 80s Charvel model. I think he said it was a Model 1. And this thing shares a lot of the same specs as those early Charvel, those Charvel Super Strats. Matter of fact, not only does this, does it share a lot of the same specs, but this might be, if you're looking for that style of a guitar, this is probably the closest new guitar that I've picked up that is, that resembles that, and feels like that style of guitar. Seriously, it's got a really, really serious 80s vibe to it, and both the sound, the look, and of course the look, but most importantly the feel. Let's hear this thing in a quick track together, shall we? You know, you've probably seen these guitars advertised on Facebook, and honestly, I hope that we get to see a lot more of them because these are fantastic instruments. I really, really like these guitars. I really like this company. You know, the Sharpshooter, I believe, is also available in 2 pickup configurations, and I think you can also get it with a neck-through construction as opposed to a bolt-on. So, you know, he offers all kinds of options, custom finishes. Great company, and really pretty reasonably priced for the level of quality that you're getting. So, links down in the description. Please go check out Schroeder Guitars' website. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.